Hello everyone, Siddharth this side, and in this video we will be solving another question from the list that I have shared with you. And the question is number of subsequence that satisfy the given sum condition. So, so this is the first example that we have given here, which is 3, 5, 6, 7, and we have to return all the possible subsequences from these given elements whose sum is equals to 9. And there is a special condition also is that the sum of the minimum and the maximum number in the given subsequence should be less than or equals to the target. So let's see how we can solve this question, and I would suggest that you can watch my earlier video, which is two sum problem, because we will be using the same two pointer approach here also. So let's go. 3 5 6 7 is the array we have given. So 3 5 6 7 is our array and the target is 9. Now what we have to do, we have to find a subsequence from this given array, and the subsequence should follow a condition, and that condition will be the least element and the maximum element in the subsequence, uh, and their sum will be less than or equals to target. Suppose here it is 6, then this subsequence will satisfy the condition because the sum of 3 plus 6 is less than and equals to target, which is 9. So 9 is less than or equals to target. Now how we can solve this or approach this question, so as this is the pattern building, so obviously you guys are getting idea that we will be using two pointer. So what we can do here is that we can make an array of power, so, and that this array will store all the possible subsequence of an up to the given index. Let's see. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 4, so we have to make the array length as 4. Now 3 5 6 7 are the element in this array. Now for the first element, the number of the total number of possible sequence is 1, and you can calculate it as 2 to the power 0, and we will be storing here 1. Now for the next element, what we have to do, we have to increment this 2 to the power 0 to 2 to the power 1. For that we can use that the power of ith index should equals to power of I minus 1 into 2. This way you can calculate the power of each index. So here it will going to be 2 into 1, which is 2. Now for this it will going to be 4 because 2 into 2 is 4. Now for this is 2 into 3, which is 8. So we are pre-calculating the power of each index. Now next what we have to do, now we have to make two pointers, which is left or start and end. Now we will start from the first element of our array, which is 3 5 6 7. So we will be starting from 3, and will be pointing to 7 in the start. Now what we have to do, we have to store total number of we have to calculate total number of subsequence. So what we can do, this is the minimum element in the subsequence. If we will start from 3 and 7, and we also have to sort the array. That's what we have done to some problem. So now this 3 is the minimum element, and this 7 will going to be the maximum element in the array. Now the sum of these two is 10, which is greater than 9. So we can't take this. So it is greater than the target. So we will be decrementing our counter to 6. Now this is the minimum element and this is the maximum element in the subsequence. So what we have to do, we can take these two. This is the valid subsequence, and the total number of possible subsequence will going to be we can calculate this as power of end minus start. So end minus start will going to be the total number of possible subsequence. You can calculate by, if you have solved some question from the DP, then it's like, or permutation combination you have solved in class 11. So 3, suppose this is in string SID Siddharth, Now if you have to calculate the total number of possible subsequence, then it will going to be, this is s, and this is I double d h a r t h. Then you can further break this by taking I or not, and this will going to be d d h a r t h and so on. So the formula is 2 to the power n minus 1. By this you can calculate total number of subsequence. So this is the approach, guys. You can solve this question and get the intuitive idea to solve this question. Now let's code this out as well. So in the start, what we have to do, and there is also one condition we have given, is that we have to return the answer by dividing it with 10 to the power 9 plus 7, because the answer can be too much. So an integer is having fixed value. Either we can use long, or we here they have already specified that we have to divide the answer by 10 to the power 9 plus 7. So we will not be using long here. Now let's first sort the array. We can use the built-in method in the Java. So array dot sort, we will be passing our array which is nums. And now after doing this, what we have to do, we have to make mod, which is going to be 10 to the power 7. So 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and we have to add 7 into that. And now after this we have to make two pointers. So start will going to be 0, and end will going to be nums dot length minus 1, or nums dot length, as it is 0. Base indexing is already here. Now what we have to do, we have to make an initialize answer as well, and initialize with it 0. In the end we will be having our answer. Now we will be starting in for loop for calculating the power. So let's comment calculating the power. And now for in the initial, for the first element we have to store 1 into that. So first make an power array. So power, now new int, and the length will going to be as same as the nums. So nums dot length. Now for the first element we will be storing power of 0 is equals to 1. Now we can calculate the power of each index for that. So int I is equals to, we will be starting from 1, as for 0 we have already stored. Now I should be less than num dot length I plus plus. Now after that we can calculate the power as power of I is equals to, I have already told you the formula. So I minus 1 into 2, and we have to divide it as well with the modulo of this we have calculated. So we can do by having the bracket here and dividing with mod. So this will short the answer. Now we will be having the power pre-calculated for each index. Now what we have to do, we have to start the same two pointer from start and end. That's what we have done in two sum. So left should be start should be less than end, and after this we have to check for the condition. So if nums of start plus nums of end, if this is less than or equals to target, then we have to calculate or increment the answer. So answer plus, and here also we have to divide the answer. So we can do it by having the same approach. That's what we have done in power. So answer plus nums of start plus nums of end should be less than target, and what we have to add into that is power right minus left. So this will calculate all the possible subsequence for the given index, and after adding this we have to divide it by mod. Now after doing this, in the else part we just have to in decrement. Here also let's do the start plus plus, and here we have to decrement the counter from the end. Why we are decrementing the counter from the end? Because if this is Here the target is exceeding the value. For that we have to like decrement the counter from the last, so that our sum will become less than the target. Now after doing this, what we have to do, uh, this the answer is already being calculated here. Now we in the end we just have to return this answer. So return answer. So now let me check it out if everything is fine or not. So first we have calculated the modulus, then start, then end, and then power for each index. We have stored power of 0. 0th index is 1. Then calculated the power of each index using the formula, and also we have divided it as well, so that the answer will become short. Now we have started the same thing that we have done to sum. Now nums of start plus nums of end should less than equals to target. And the answers, we will be adding answer plus power of right minus left divided by modulus, and then we will be incrementing the start counter, and then otherwise we will be decrementing the end minus and returning the answer. Now let's try to run this. So there is some issue. Power 0, I minus 1 into 2, right minus left. So RIGST, right, oh sorry, this should be start and then start and end. So now everything is fine. Now let's try to run this. So there is another issue. So if nums of start plus, okay guys, so the issue is we are not going up to the end, because if we will not go up to the end, then we can miss the case when the length of the array is odd. So we have to go up to the equal. So now let's try to run this. Now let's try to submit this as well. Okay, so we have successfully solved this question. Now see you in the next video, where I will be solving the next question from the list. Bye.